All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Talkin Top Tier. I'm your host, always doing the most. They call me Tone the Boss. I have a very special guest I'm really excited to have on. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Amanda Rae Campbell. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Because it's like a P before the B, so it's like, do you pronounce that?
Campbell.
Okay.
Just like the soup.
The soup?
Yes,
Oh, is that how you
exactly.
do it?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, so do you remember when we met? First time we encountered each other.
Oh my gosh.
It was a while ago.
I don't know.
Okay.
If I remember.
It was Healthy Happenings,
Okay.
and I think you were just in
It
line.
was.
Yeah.
I used to go there every day.
Me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I need to get back on
miss
it.
it.
Me too. So we were there. I was in line, and we were talking about a diet. And he was like, "What vegetables do you eat?" And I was like,
That's
"No."
Right. And you said corn.
You
Corn's
remember?
a vegetable.
Yes.
And I said corn actually isn't a vegetable.
Is that still? Does that still stand true? You know, like things change all the time.
So you have to remember, I kind of come from the fitness world.
Okay.
So like we should Google it and find out for
We
sure.
should.
But in the fitness world, it's not a vegetable.
Okay.
It's a carb or a starch.
Understood.
Got it?
I will. Yes, that'll be the first
That
note
is
people can
funny.
take from the podcast.
Corn is not a vegetable.
All right, you heard it here first. So, for those who don't know who you are and what you do, kind of give them an introduction to
Sure.
who you are.
Yeah. My name is Amanda Campbell, and I would say the thing people probably know me the most for is I'm the owner and operator of Tire Trained in Marion. It is a gym that we focus on progressive overload strength training, but not only that, it's more so like hybrid workouts these days. But I teach women at all levels how to lift weights, how to do it safely, and how to maintain longevity with that. So that would be, I'll say, the main thing I'm known for these days.
How long have you been doing it?
I started in my backyard, actually, in 2018. So 7 years.
That's crazy. I started my business, T1 Entertainment, 2018
Did you
as
really?
well. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
started in the backyard.
Yep.
I know at one point you had like 2 locations, right?
I did not.
Okay.
So I can kind of give you a little...
You've upgraded, though, from the backyard.
I have upgraded, yes. I have upgraded from the backyard. I started it just on an idea based on my own fitness journey. Back in 2018, I felt like it was getting just kind of boring, what I was doing. And so I had this big backyard, like just about an acre of land over by the Cedar Memorial Cemetery.
Okay.
And I was like, I should get a couple tires. Just because I've seen like tire flipping and all that stuff. And so I was like, that would be a great way to shake it up. So initially it was just like my own personal like venture.
Yeah.
But like we've talked about, I was like, how can we like serve other people with this?
Yeah.
How can we like make a class? And so, long story short, I got a couple friends that were coming over just to flip. So I got some more bigger tires in like the winter of 2018 and invited them over, and that's like what we would do for a workout, is like flip these 250-pound tires like down and back. And so in the spring of 2018, I was like, let's put some more exercises together.
Yeah.
I got a sledgehammer, literally like one sledgehammer, 2 tires, like a wooden box. Like I had such minimal equipment, but I was like, let's go.
Okay.
So I made a video and promoted a class, and I didn't really intend for it to turn out this way, but It's been amazing.
So how did you have a background in personal training, or like the workouts, what inspired them?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
Sure. So 2014 is when I had always dabbled a little bit in fitness, like
Okay.
from college days, kind of in and out of workouts and stuff like that. But never really took it like serious. But I like really was interested in taking it really serious.
Yeah.
And I had a friend, her name was Ashley. She was maybe one of the only women in my life that I knew closely that was like really taking this seriously. And so she encouraged me to join a gym in, I want to say like 2012. Okay, so, and my barrier was I had a young daughter, and she's like, well, they have childcare, or somebody had said they have childcare, no excuses type of thing. So I had started getting a little bit more serious, like 2012, 2014. Once again, I was like, I'm going all in this year. My mom passed away in February of 2014. So like, I wanted to do it then, like my own kind of transformation that I'd seen some other gals make. And I didn't actually like really dive into it until the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. And I purchased supplements from a website, and there was a little card in there that they were doing a transformation challenge. And I had another friend that he had already lost like 100 pounds, and I knew he was into fitness, and I was like, hey, do you want to do this with me? Yeah. And you do it on your own, and best transformation wins like $80,000 or something like that. So I was like, I am taking this so serious. Yeah. And so I did. I was all in for 12 weeks and got really great results. Mm-hmm. And so after that, a ton of women reached out to me wanting me to help them, and I was not prepared for that. Yeah. I was like, well, I can tell you what I did, but like I really don't have a professional background in this. Yeah. But that did kind of create a spark. You know, I was like, maybe I should. Nice. You know, maybe I should look into coaching women, or so it wasn't automatically personal training, and it wasn't immediately workouts either. Yeah. The thing that I really thrived with during that transformation of my own was nutrition. Okay. And so I would do these massive meal preps. I mean, like a counter like this, I would like fill it up, and I had a deep freezer, and I would freeze things. Yeah. Because I was like, once again, like leave no excuses on the table. Yeah. And so that was probably the thing that like was most attractive to people. Mm-hmm. And so it really started with food more so than the workouts. I hear that's majority of like if you're going for weight loss, like start with food. Like that's the most important part. I think whatever you start with one thing. Okay. You know, so like if training is if you're totally new to it, I wouldn't try to do all of it at one time. Right. And like in my time now working with clients for years, that's also what I found is like we run an 8-week program. So some of them will focus on the training aspect for the first 8 weeks. Then they'll go to the nutrition the second 8 weeks, and then they'll just kind of build over time with all of the things. Okay. So, but yeah, nutrition matters for sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I feel like we kind of got the start. Yeah. You know, that's where it built. I mean, but I still want to go even farther back. Like, what did you want to do when you grow up? Like, was it something like this? It was not this. That's actually kind of an interesting story. So I'm fairly certain I'm the first one in my family to go to a 4-year college and get a bachelor's degree. Nice. So I have a bachelor's degree, and when I went... In what? I'm about to tell you. Okay. When I started college, I went to UNI. Okay. And I was double majoring in criminology and psychology. Mm-hmm. I graduated with a BA in criminology, and I'm like a class short from a BA in psychology. Nice. Still to this day? Yeah. Get that class, girl. I was commuting at the time from Cedar Rapids to Cedar Falls, and it was just like not in the cards at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I am ready to be done. Yep. So yeah, I went into college with those majors wanting to help people, you know? Yeah. So that is, I mean, it's kind of cliche. A lot of people say they want to help people. Yeah. And I thought I wanted to be a probation officer. My senior year, I had 2 senior years, by the way. Hey, okay. I went for 5 years because I did change my major 1 year, but that's another story. Uh-huh. I did an internship at the 6th Judicial District here in Cedar Rapids, and so I got to like sit and shadow. Okay. So this was happening. You were, yeah. I was about ready to graduate, and like I needed to figure out like what I was going to do. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the internship was part of a requirement, or if I did that on my own. But anyhow, I got there and I was like... Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I was like, I I don't think I want to do
This isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Because the main thing for me, and this is kind of like a fitness oriented thing, I would say, they all just sit. They just sit all day long at a desk. You just sit.
Yeah.
And then you worry about like when you're going to get your next meal, you know, which I think is common in a lot of office places.
Yeah. Hi, GoDaddy.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I knew that for sure.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to Cedar Rapids ahead of my senior year, lived with my dad, and I commuted. I didn't intend to stay in Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
But I did, and I worked at Menards. And so I loved working at Menards. I loved being on my feet. So I kind of knew that whatever I was going to do, I didn't want to sit at a desk.
Yeah.
And so probation officer was kind of off the table. Another thing, too.
After 4 years of school?
Dude, seriously.
Oh, man.
So another thing I learned too while I was there was like to become a probation officer, you have to do a lot of other shitty jobs first. And I was like, I will be damned.
Yeah, the reward is.
If I go to college for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I have to go be a prison guard. Or an overnight corrections officer.
It's like a hazing. Like,
seriously. I was like, I just don't think I want to do that. I don't think that's the path I want to take.
Yeah.
I did go apply for the job, a prison guard job down in at Oakdale in North Liberty.
Wow.
And I went, you have to take a test. So you have to like sign up for the test, and there's a date and a time you have to show up for the test. Yeah. And like by the grace of God,
you didn't.
I didn't. I made a mistake or something on the time and the day, and so I took that as a sign.
So you didn't test at all?
I did not. No.
Dang. Yeah.
And so I did end up working in the field with my degree. So I kind of got creative. I was like, certainly there's other things you can do besides just being a probation officer. No, I did not ever want to be a police officer. But I kind of looked up business, like nonprofit businesses in Cedar Rapids, and Horizons came across my path. And they had an open position for a youth worker. So working with like juvenile delinquents out in Marion. And I got that job. That was my first job out of college, which in hindsight was like really crappy pay and like crappy hours for somebody who has a bachelor's degree. And that kind of was the trend during my time that I used my degree. It was like not a lot of money. Of course, you're in the nonprofit sector, which is super meaningful to me.
Absolutely.
The people that I was working with and helping, I had a lot in common with like their upbringing. And I have a great upbringing. And so that line of work was something I was into. I was really passionate about. But I also come from poverty. And I was like, I'm going to make money. I want to make money. I'm not going to continue a poverty cycle. You know what I'm saying? And so like, so I worked there for a year at Horizons, and then I worked for an organization called Lutheran Services in Iowa, LSI for short, out in Jones County. This was more like on the other end, like early childhood prevention. So they were funded by state money and some other things. And the concept was like getting families resources early, like even when like moms are pregnant. So I worked with kids age 0 to 5 to give the kids the best possible start in the world.
Nice.
So that they wouldn't end up in the criminal justice system.
Nice.
And so I actually really liked that job. I was really good at it. It was very fulfilling, but it paid like shit. You know?
The good work.
So it's like, I'm like, I just don't know. Like, they had a lot of perks. Like, I had like 6 weeks of paid time off, which is amazing for, a job. But everything else, I was like, but I wasn't going to leave. You know, I wasn't going to leave. And some things happened, and I ended up leaving. And it was kind of like, the universe was like, okay,
it's time.
Here you go.
It'll move you if you refuse to move.
Yes, totally. So it's like on one end, I was like, well, there's nothing really like luring me to leave. But I can't sit here and make this money forever.
Right.
You know, and so, so I have a bachelor's degree in criminology. I will say my very final year at UNI, This is a lesson for people.
Mm-hmm.
Do not listen to other people when they tell you, don't do this because this was my experience.
Right.
And so I did that a couple times in the early days. And one of those things was you were required to take a personal wellness class as part of your general education requirements. And very early on, a lot of the students were like, it sucks. Wait as long as you can to take it. And so I did. I waited until my last year of school to take it and learned that I really liked that field of work. So that is probably where I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I could have found out.
I could have done something in like the health and wellness field. But here I am, my 5th year, about ready to graduate, and it was too late.
Right.
And so I'm like walking around campus like, oh my gosh. But fortunately, what I've learned over time is you don't need a degree to be successful.
Yeah.
And so that's another piece of advice.
Yeah.
College is great. I would not take back that experience for anything, but it's not necessary
It's not
to
a
be successful.
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm talking with my daughter about now. She'll be graduating in 3 years. It's like, I would encourage it, but I'm not going to require it of you. There's other possibilities to take a look at. So
that's definitely something I feel like I learned the hard way. Like I had a great experience in college. I got a degree in computer science, and then I went for digital media production. So I definitely learned a lot and took it on for doing my own business. Yeah. But even at GoDaddy, where I was like making the most money, there was a kid fresh out of high school sitting right next to me. So it's like,
what is the value of this education?
I still owe like $80,000, and this kid is making $80,000.
When I'm sitting at these my first jobs out of college, and like, to be fair, I could have probably tried harder, put myself out there better, but I was like, I cannot possibly be getting paid this with a degree under my belt. That's wild to me.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was like people with bachelor's degrees get paid this, people without get paid this, and it wasn't a very big difference.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we learned that lesson.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah,
maybe.
the hard way.
But yeah, so that's what I originally wanted to do when I grew up.
Okay.
So.
All right. So like, let's fast forward. So we got you started in your backyard. And then at what point did you grow to the amount where you needed a separate location?
It was pretty quick, actually. So I launched my first class May 15th of 2018.
Okay.
And it was an evening class. I think it was like a 6 p.m. class. And I'm trying to think. I think that was the only one that I had like on deck at the time. I was like, let's see how this goes, And I had an online sign up of some sort. And 8 people signed up. Okay. I was like, okay, this is good, And then I must have immediately decided to hold a second class. So it was like a Tuesday, Thursday thing. Okay. And I have only responded to the demand of the people from that point forward. And so my second class had, I think, like double. So like right away, it started with word of mouth. Yeah. And so during the time in the backyard, it was May to November of 2018, and we grew from just the Tuesday, Thursday classes to Monday through Thursday, and then a Saturday. So it was becoming like a thing, you know? And I charged $5 for a class, but check this out. So I was like, okay, people are continuing to come. We should do some type of membership, And I had no experience with this. And we didn't have a building. I truly didn't know what I was doing, and I was very transparent about that. Like, I love fitness. This is my experience with fitness. I want to pass it along to others. So I charged $25 for a membership. Okay. $25 a month. Nice. And that was super smart in hindsight, because you got this weird thing in somebody's backyard, like working out with tires. Like, I'm fully aware that it's a super weird concept. It was weird to me, but I was like, well, let's see what we can do. And people came, and people told their friends about it. And so through that summer, we started winding down, and I kept getting asked, like, what are you going to do when it gets cold out? And I'm like, I don't know, because I truly just meant for this to be kind of like a side gig.
Yeah.
So it was right around the same time I was getting my personal training certification. Okay. And so I did eventually get that, and I was personal training some individuals like out of my garage gym.
Yeah.
And that was going to be just a side gig because I had limited beliefs. And I was like, the fitness industry is oversaturated. There's too many trainers. I'll just keep it as a side gig because how am I possibly going to, enter into that space? Well, the universe told me otherwise. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if it's oversaturated. If you have a quality product or service.
And you're a quality person.
Yeah. And you have a great what and a why. Yeah. That's a big piece of advice I'll give some other people maybe starting businesses. You'll be fine, And so I intended for it to be a side gig, so I had no answer to this question. Yeah. And so I was just kind of chatting with some friends, and I had made an original promo video for Tire Train with two of my friends. Yeah. And I was just kind of chatting with one of them, and she lives in Solon. And she was like, there's a couple girls down here that run a fitness class out of a church basement. I lived right next door to a church, so I kind of knew where she was going with that. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I have zero relationship with these people at the church. Yeah. Okay, so I am not comfortable just going over there and saying, hey, can we work out in your basement? And I am not kidding when I tell you, the next day after that conversation, the pastor walked over to my backyard and introduced himself. Mm-hmm. He was super, positively curious about what we were doing. Whereas, just to be very honest, the rest of the people at the church did not look so positively upon us. We never had any issues, but, they definitely weren't trying to make friends with us. And so he was, though. He was like, I'm super curious. You obviously draw community. What is it that you do here? And so I told him, and he just loved it. Because one of my biggest concepts with Tire Train is come as you are. Yeah. Because that was one of the early things I heard was I'm too scared to do it because I'm not fit enough. I have to get in shape first. And I was like, no, you don't.
Yeah, this is the place to go to get in shape.
You should not have to feel like you have to get in shape for the gym.
Exactly. Right.
And so I very much ran on this come as you are thing. And he really liked that. He is maybe one of the only people I've come across in my life that actually walked the path of Jesus. Mm-hmm. When it comes to religious people. Yeah. He walks the walk. He really, really does. And so he was like, so I was like, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity. Yeah. Because he asked me the same question, what are you going to do when it gets cold out? And I was like, well, my friend said we should, inquire about space in the church, and I'm like, would you entertain that? And he's like, I would love to have a conversation. So I met with him. We met for 2 hours. I have a history. When I have coffee with somebody, it's usually a couple hours. Right? So we actually met at the church. We shared stories. He had just recently moved back and got the job at the church. Yeah. From Baltimore, Maryland, which is kind of a rough space. He told me some stories that are kind of scary. But obviously he was a very open-minded man because of what he did when he worked out in Baltimore, and it was just nice to kind of hear his perspective. And so we looked around the church, and we were literally just looking for a place where we could do this class together, and we landed on the basement. Okay. And so November 5th, 2018, we started our first class in the basement at Christ Episcopal Church in Cedar Rapids.
Okay, shout out to Christ.
I know.
Won't he do it?
Right, exactly. Right, I'm like, this is such a testament. Yeah. And I am not a religious person. Yeah. And it's such a testament that, not to be too spiritual, I guess, on the podcast, but Jesus is really for everybody. Absolutely. Even the weird tire girl.
Yes.
So I think if you have a good heart and you have good intentions and you're trying to really put some good things into the world, things will cross your path when they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And so I will
I'm
tell
big
you,
on manifestation here.
Me too.
Speak it and then believe it, it'll happen.
I am too, big time. And I kind of touched on this already, but like, if you have a clear idea of what you want to do and why you want to do it, and probably why is more important, you cannot try so hard to control how it happens.
Hey, okay.
You know, and that I think is manifestation.
Yeah.
It's like if you put it out there, what and why.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like release trying to control the how.
Yeah.
Tire Trained is a product of that.
Oh,
you know, it's like I never in a million years imagined that it would be where it's at today.
Yeah.
You know, I used to call it an accidental business. And I need to stop calling it that. But when we moved to the church, I was not hyped about it. I was grateful.
Yeah.
But I was like, we are literally going to be working out like where they have funeral dinners.
Yeah.
So like there's like house plants in the corner, and like, but I was like, you know what? We're going to make the most of it and just try to. My goal was continuation of classes. I didn't care how big or whatever, just so that it was a thing that continued and didn't like stop.
Yeah.
And then we resumed next summer because that was my plan.
Right.
So I was grateful for that. Well, even though I was not optimistic, I put out a New Year kickoff workout on January 1st of 2019. And it's pretty much the rest is history ever since then. Yeah. So like we went on a wait list for the first time. So we had 40 people in a class for that New Year kickoff workout in the church basement.
Right.
And it was like word of mouth from there, you know? And so we're in the church from November 5th to March, I think March 16th of 2019. There was a moment when I was in the church, and keep in mind, I had these conversations with myself. I was going to be more committed to this thing than I've ever been committed to anything in my life. Yeah. I was going to show up for these people. Yeah. And I had not always been the greatest at that prior to this. Like I was kind of moving through life. You know, I wasn't super intentional. Yeah. And it changed everything. So there was a time in the church, they had to have a funeral. And so I had to cancel class. And I was distraught.
Oh,
I know.
man.
I mean, in hindsight, it was a little dramatic.
Yeah, because the people attending the funeral probably were also distraught.
It is what it is. I'm not to anybody, but internally I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to cancel my classes. So I sat in my driveway and I texted with my friend who was a realtor. And I was like, hey, can you just out of curiosity, look around for a space that looks like this. And I've been following a lady out of Texas that has similar classes, and I just screenshotted what her gym looked like. Yeah. And she found me something.
What?
Yeah. A lot of people were
How long did it take for them to find?
Not very long.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't know. It was not long at all. Yeah. But I was super grateful for her because a lot of people were recommending the old Farrell's location, on C Avenue and Boyson Road, which it's yes, we are both fitness spaces, but I look at the price. It's $1 a square foot a month, and it was 14,000 square feet. And
I feel like if you took that spot, you're going into their identity and not being your own thing. Yeah. People are going to associate the two, and it's no, totally. This is different.
And so it's I am terrified about what I can even afford at this point, you know? Yeah. It's
So after the first year, about how many members?
First year? Oh my gosh.
It started with 8.
I have all of this written down.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Review your notes.
Oh my gosh. I used to post these things, the growth stats and all that stuff, but I would say from the 8 people in the first class up until we moved into our new studio in March. I mean, we probably had between 150 and 200.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the problem was my classes were filling up.
Yeah.
You know, and so we had 5 classes a week in the church, and I was like, okay, if I do lease a space, immediately I can double classes.
Yeah.
I can have one at 5 p.m. and one at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And I did, and they filled up. you know, and so they filled up over there too.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh,
so
man.
but yeah, at our peak we had 394 members.
Whew.
And that was before
Whew.
COVID.
Man.
Yeah, it was fast. It was very fast growth. So we had, I think, 18 classes a week in the Industrial Avenue studio, which was the first one I was in. And let me tell you what, that place was... it was...
Yeah.
At the time, I was grateful, loved it. But, like, in hindsight, it's like, okay, so it's like a commercial storage garage.
Yeah.
So there's, like, one here, and there's the road.
Yeah.
Ours was back here. Okay. So it's, like, no visibility.
Yeah.
Like, even if you drive up, you probably can't find it.
Yeah.
And so...
what were your neighbors like, the businesses next to you?
One of my neighbors made, like, gravestones. So,
Okay.
like, yeah, so he had all that stuff outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else did.
Okay, but you didn't have to. You didn't deal with them too often, or
that
was it.
So the first thing I did, so like across, and that's like in the immediate other like storage garages, and it's gonna be more of your like mechanical work is happening in these places, not a workout class.
Yeah.
And so Lebeda Mattress Factory was across the street, and they had a parking lot.
Okay.
And I knew, obviously, that's not our parking lot.
Yeah.
But I went over there and I was like, hey.
You're not using it right now.
My name's Amanda. I just introduced myself. My name's Amanda. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We may have people that mistake your parking lot for our parking, and I just want to make sure that we know that off top.
Yeah.
And, like, I just want to know where you're coming from with that. If that happens, how do we handle that?
Yeah.
And one of my members bought them pizza.
Nice.
So it was like, we really came in like, and they were great.
They were cool about
amazing.
it. That's
like,
awesome. Shout out to those.
Yes. Their employees were off by 3 p.m. So there was like, as long as it's not within those hours, like the work hours, like it's totally fine if they do park over there. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
Because otherwise we had we didn't have any parking, you know. It was street parking.
Yeah.
And which you could park on the street. But we had some neighbors that didn't think we could park on the street. So
yeah, the rules versus what the neighbor thinks is always.
So we had a little tiny moment of conflict with them, and I won't mention their name, but
there was beef, y'all.
There was beef. There was momentary beef. Yes,
a brief beef.
It was like, so our girls were parking on that side of the street, and they did have like big trailers and stuff that they had to back out of their driveway.
Yeah.
And their first point of contact, can I swear on here?
Yes, absolutely.
Their first point of contact was when one of my members pulled up and got out of their car. They called her a fucking bitch.
Whoa, shit! No!
Like, for one thing,
no!
None of this is her fault.
Right when, like...
You know, yes.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, how do we handle this? So I did call the police because they were being like, kind of harassing our people. And I asked the police, I was like, can you just help me gain clarity? Are we doing anything illegal?
Yeah.
You know?
And also give them that same clarity that we're not doing anything illegal.
And they were like, nope, you can park on that side of the street. The only thing is you need to give them like 10 feet of clearance on each side of the driveway. I was like, perfect. We'll communicate that. And so there was a little bit of tension with the neighbors over there.
As it should be. That's just, why do you treat people you don't know like that?
And I back then I did make a social media post and I tagged them.
Oh yeah.
And I tagged them. Yeah. And the owner wanted to talk to me on the phone. And so I talked to him on the phone.
Oh, how'd that exchange go?
I went in optimistic, but he was not kind. And I was like, listen, I'm not taking anything down if you're going to continue to treat us like this.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh, the call was take that post down.
Yeah. I was like, you could have come over and knocked on my door and we could have had a conversation, but you're going up and like your employees are calling my members' names.
Yeah.
Like, we could have a better relationship than this.
Exactly.
And he didn't want to back down. So I was like, okay.
Neither will I.
Yeah.
Man.
Immediately then I was like, we need a new place.
Yeah, damn.
We need a new place.
Shitty neighbors will do it. That's
it wasn't
sad.
even really that. Like we were just outgrowing this place too. Just like we had outgrown the church. Just, you know, and so my realtor friend again, I am going to shout her out on the podcast.
Please do.
Her name is Erin Allen, and she helped me twice move into these spaces, and it was it was just awesome because like I was in a position where I was a fresh business owner. I didn't have a lot of money. I've never taken out a business loan for this business. And so she really needed to help me work with whatever budget I had at the time.
Nice.
And she did.
That's awesome.
And so we, and my lease wasn't even up at this place.
Yeah.
Like this was probably in the late summer of 2019, and we had just moved in March.
And you're like, it's time to go.
Yeah. And so she found a place, and it's the place we're at now.
Nice.
This building was being built at the time, so there was like no roof or anything on it yet. So it was actually a million times better because I got to work with the landlord and have things built out for us.
Nice.
So like we got to have our desk built out, bathrooms, office, like all the things we needed.
That's so
plenty
cool.
of parking.
Yes.
Plenty of
Well,
parking.
after the first experience, you kind of make a checklist. Like, okay, we need parking.
Yes.
Who is my neighbors?
Yeah.
Like,
And you know, like I had chatted with you before we even got on here about like being collaborative.
Yeah.
And like I did not have that as an experience very frequently early on. And this is kind of an example of that. It's like, even when I talked to the owner of that other business on the phone, I'm like, I'm another small business just trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know, and he just kind of took it as I was trying to use that as a way to get my way.
Oh,
and I was like, no, man, like,
no,
I'm
the
not
struggle is real.
I am not trying to do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry we're successful.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's try to work together to make this happen. And
Exactly.
so we ended up moving, and my neighbor now is Jim Anderson with Anderson Automotive.
Shout out to Jim.
Shout out to Jim. And he has been amazing.
That's
like,
awesome.
it's just a night and day difference.
Yeah.
He's been a client of mine almost the entire time I've been there.
Yeah.
And now I consider him one of my good friends.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so all of it's been really worth it.
Yeah.
But the growing pains are real sometimes.
Yeah,
when it comes to that.
Okay, so now we kind of have like a roadmap. I feel like we're traveling this journey. We're at 2018, from the backyard to the church, 2019, first location, then move on, growing, second location. You said you were at your largest number, 394 in members, and then COVID hits. 2020.
So we moved in to the new studio January 1st of 2020, and that was another thing where I think we had initially planned to move in like October, and that was my learning experience that when you're dealing with new construction, it doesn't go on time. And so I had many moments of frustration with that because I just wanted to be in there. You know? And
now, were you owning these or renting?
No, I'm renting.
Okay.
Leasing space.
Okay.
And so we finally got in January 1st, and it was the best time ever.
So, and you still have the other lease.
I did through March.
Yeah. So
I had
you're
two
paying.
spaces.
Yeah.
Time.
See, I told you at one point you had two.
Yes. I was not operating out of both spaces, but I was paying for two spaces. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but once we got over there, like, it was just a game changer. It was like the old space, I had painted everything all black. It was nasty in there when I got it. Right? If anybody leases space, they know it's for $700 a month. You're not getting very much, you know. And so, but I was like, I'm gonna make the most of it. Yeah. And so I did. But it was dark. You know, it was small. I mean, it's hilarious to me now how small that place was. And so we immediately doubled our space when we moved. Nice. You know, and so I was like, oh my! And it was white and new and fresh and brightly lit and drinking fountains.
Everything sounds
parking.
Beautiful, wonderful. You're so excited.
I was like, oh my gosh. And so we were having a great time, and I had hired staff. That was another kind of like bump in the road. Unfortunately, when we were in the old studio, I was just doing this on my own. And then I had recognized the need to hire somebody. So I did, and my brother passed away. So like I got a couple family deaths here, and so he was in a car accident and passed away in September of 2019. And it was like crossroads. I just like hired these two gals, and then I had to leave for the funeral. You know, and so I was like, either we have to close, or if you guys are ready to like hit the ground running, you can run it while I'm gone. And they did. I don't know that I would do that again.
Well, did you take ample time off?
Not really. I mean, you know how it is.
I do.
You know?
I do. That's what like really saddens me, because it's like,
but
did you take the time to grieve?
It was, when you're self-employed too, I think like your like in-person demand isn't as high. There's a lot of back-end stuff you do, especially what I do. Yeah. Like I held X amount of classes a day, and so at the time I was really grateful. Like I didn't have a stacked schedule that I just show up for people, at the time. So I was, I don't know, moderately able to take the time, I guess. But yeah, then once we got into the new space, we had 8 classes a day.
Oh man!
I'm saying
from 2 classes to 8. Wow.
8 classes a day.
Okay.
And it was at 5, 6, and I would not teach those. I was not a morning person.
Yeah.
9:30.
You're a morning person now?
I am a morning person now, yes.
Awesome.
9:30, we tested a noon class a few times. 2:45 p.m. Think Nordstrom employees. Yeah. They get off at 2.
Yeah.
And then we did like a 5, 6, and a 7.
Okay.
And so it was crazy. It was busy. It was busy all the time.
At what point did you stop working a 9-to-5 job?
Oh man, August 31st, 2016.
That was the exact date. Okay.
That is one thing about me, is I have an odd ability to remember dates. August 31st, 2016.
Okay, so a couple years.
So we're coming up on 10 years of being.
Now I feel like there's a time gap, because we were like 2018, 2019, 2020. What happened between 2016 and 2019?
Well, I already kind of touched on, so my personal transformation happened in the early part of 2015.
Okay.
And that's when people started inquiring with me about, help me do the same thing you did.
Okay.
So I did start taking, some, nutrition coaching clients initially.
So that was prep time.
Yeah, and even while I had other job, a different full-time job.
Okay.
I was really grateful at the time. I worked for a women's health and fitness website.
Nice.
As their social media person.
Really?
So I was able to be home. And so I have worked kind of from home for a while.
Okay.
And so that, I kind of started to learn, what did I want to do as far as helping people in the fitness industry. Meal plans wasn't it, let me tell you that. It's you can write a meal plan for people all day long, but if they don't like what you like, it's garbage, right?
Right.
So I did that for a while, and then throughout 2015, 2016, I had some people inquire about me actually physically preparing meals for them. Okay. So doing meal prep. Yeah. Started with a guy that went to my gym, and then another friend of mine. And my friend Dave was actually the one that was because I was hold up, I'll make a price list and I'll let you know. And I was kind of dragging my feet, and he's like, I don't care what it costs, just I want it, And so he, got those people along the way that kind of give you the push, even if they don't know, they give you the push. And he was one of those people.
Nice.
And so I started doing meal prep part-time.
Okay.
And so I did that through 2019.
Nice.
Actually. So I would say 2016 to 2019.
Yeah.
Once I started Tire Trained took over.
I love that.
I was actually going to take the meal prep route, because I told you my limited mindset was I'm not going to be able to tap into the personal training or the fitness because it's oversaturated. So we'll do meal prep full-time. We'll do fitness part-time.
Okay.
And so I was starting to seek out kitchen space, to rent kitchen space.
Yeah.
Literally right when tires took off. So I was well, I guess that's not
good. Yeah, you got
redirected
the right way.
It was the meal prep.
Yep.
And the place, my last full-time job, I was a nutrition coach.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention where,
but
it was it ended up being a conflict of interest to them. Yeah. And it wasn't, and then it was, and then I was you know what?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yep.
And so I literally typed out a resignation and put it on the desk and left.
Yeah.
And I spent 2 days decorating my daughter's room.
Yeah.
And being in my peaceful space, and I hit the ground running with meal prep after that.
I love that.
It's I've always kind of I've taken risks, but they're always calculated. If I'm doing this now, and my only barrier to growth is my job, and I know if I don't have this job in the way, we could grow this thing exponentially.
Yeah.
So like, let's go. You know?
Dang.
So I did.
It took me so long to get there. Like I started my company in 2018, and I was making about as much as I was from working at GoDaddy, but it was just that comfort.
Yeah.
And even when things got bad there, like just everything was changing and going down the drain for me, like morale wise there, I still stuck it out because it was like, it pays good. It's that job security.
Yeah.
So it took me really hitting rock bottom to say, you know what, I'm just betting on me.
Seriously.
I've already.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Another person that we're both friends with is Tim Frazier. And Tim and I we spent a decent amount of time talking about going into business for yourself.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, same.
Because I know what that felt like, to be too scared to do. I actually, in hindsight, I was not that scared. I was like
pretty fearless.
I probably should have been a little bit more scared. But I've learned, especially this year, I have had some challenges over the last probably 18 months and personally, and I have learned that my willingness to take risks and not be afraid of it is a superpower. You know, it really is.
Yes.
Because it really allows you to go full charge into something.
And then you don't have to I procrastinate a lot. I work better under pressure. So if it's the last minute, I'm gonna give you my best work. Yeah. So I take advantage of that superpower. Too. It's annoying to a lot of people, most people.
It's really I will tell you, I've spent a lot of time evaluating my strengths and weaknesses and having employees. Yeah. You know, I've had a ton of weaknesses, you know, and that's one of them. Is there's a lot of things I just do last minute because I do think that's when I do my best work. Yeah. You know, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I am very much like that. And so when the pressure is on, you're going to get something great from me.
Every time. You know? Every time.
And so the pressure was on.
Yes, you know? Yes. All right, let's get back into the timeline here. Yes. So we're at the start of 2020 and everything's going great. You got the new location, the white walls, the parking space.
Fountain, don't forget that.
The drinking fountain. Talk to me about when the world decided to shit on everyone's dreams.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess another thing we should talk about is I have been alcohol free for 3 years. May 9th of 2022.
Congratulations.
I have not had a drink since, but I did drink prior to that, and I think that was a learning experience through business. It's one of my motivations to quit drinking was to be a better business owner, to show up better without that. Okay. But we were out for Sunday Fun Day.
Okay.
And it would have been March 16th or 15th or something like that. And it was so crazy because we had been hearing about COVID, but nobody was really taking it seriously. We didn't have masks or anything yet. Nothing was shut down. That Sunday, it was we went from kind of joking about it in the morning to in the evening being shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make a plan to close and then what?
Right.
You know,
this is how I survive, how I feed my kid.
Yeah. And so I think we had class on March 17th. And then everything shut down on the 18th. And so I had to draft all this stuff to inform our members on what was going to be happening. And you want to talk about working under pressure. I was I will do anything to serve these people. Yeah. And so I immediately started writing the workouts up in an email. And so I sent them, they never had a break in their workouts. So I sent all current members a daily workout via email. And I just polished and crafted that. Yep. I was it'd be really great if we had an app right now. But we did not have an app at the time. We do now. Nice. But that was the best I could do, you know? And then I started hosting Zoom classes from home. Once 2 weeks turned into 4 weeks, and then 4 weeks turned into 2 months. And so I was we got to do something long term here, you know? And so I actually I lost, I think, 100 members is all during COVID.
Okay.
during
Okay.
the shutdown.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, because
it's
a
like
lot
if you're
of
not going
people
to a
lost
gym,
everything.
people don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Plus, they probably are losing income themselves.
Yeah.
And like,
And they're at home, so they're
Yeah.
not going to be as inclined to
No.
get up and move.
so I really, really grinded it out during that time.
Nice.
I did. And like, in the moment, you feel like you're kind of like panic responding to a crisis.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I look back, I'm like, I did a damn good job.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back for
It's
that.
like I kept people informed. I provided them as best of a service as I could at the time. And it was super stressful.
Mhm.
But like in hindsight, I was like, I'm super glad I went through that.
Yeah.
Because it made me a more resilient business owner. And
Yeah.
it's like, if anything like that were to happen again, I would be super prepared,
Yeah.
you know? And a lot of business owners have never gone through something like that in their entire time of business. And so to have been in business for
2 years.
not even 2
Yeah.
years, not even.
Right?
It's like, oh, by the way, you got to shut down.
Yeah.
What? So once again, just like that operating under pressure really benefited everybody at that time.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It was definitely make or break for a lot of small business owners.
And like, I think that's just a superpower I have. Like, if you give me a make or break.
Yeah, an ultimatum, I'm gonna win. Yeah. Every time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think now, like, let's kind of, when did you guys get back into the building?
So it would have been May.
Okay.
And so I had to.
Yeah.
So I
make some rules.
Yeah. So we had a 3,000 square foot space.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like rules on like regular gyms could open, but like group fitness classes couldn't.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And I had thought about leasing the space next door, but I had only thought about. So we're in 2 bays. I'd only thought about leasing one for like yoga classes, like just like something different off of what we normally do. And I stood in that space with my landlord and talked to him, and he's like, we might as well just lease both spaces. So I doubled the size of our gym. Well, there was a wall between. Yeah. So I did have 2 spaces, but it was in the same location. Yeah. So it wasn't like 2 separate spots. Yep. Because we could only go back at half capacity. Yeah. And so I have 394 members, and we can only have 15 people per class. It gives me a break. Oh, man, yeah. So I was like, what do we do? Yeah. You know, and so it was probably the worst decision I've ever made in business. Pretty much from that point forward, things were downhill. Damn. Like, in certain ways, and maybe people that on the outside wouldn't know that, but from my perspective, it was not a great time. Yeah. From, like, 2020... like June 2020 to November 2022. Oh, man. It was like the biggest challenges I've ever faced, which once again, I have to be grateful for those things because I learned so much, and a lot of it is you see in the product I have today and like what I learned, you know.
When it goes from fun and exciting to like you gotta grind it out and this is hard.
And do jobs that you don't want to do. You know, it's like I like to train people. I like to teach people how to train properly, safely, for longevity purposes. And, like, that was kind of stolen from me during that time. Yes. You know?
That's literally the reason I got into what I do when I manage artists is because when I was just trying to be an artist, I had to do so many things. I had to learn web design. I had to be an account manager. I had to be the booking agent. I had to be the graphic designer. All that took away from the art and what I actually love to do. So when I finally put that to the side, it's like, I want to help people just be the artist. Yeah. You know, come for what you love and continue to do that. And it'll motivate you. And eventually I got back to my love of the music and found a way to navigate and still help people. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you found it. You had to pivot. A lot of hardships in between, let me tell you. I mean, there were moments, and I probably won't talk about this in depth, because it still kind of makes me emotional, but like there was a period of time like I would literally go teach class and go home and get in bed. Yeah. And
try to stay alive.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because like people are harsh. People are harsh. People are fucking mean.
Yeah.
And they are unforgiving and I didn't even do anything that bad.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if I
just
did.
woke up today. Like, yeah.
Imagine if I did.
You know? Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I had to make some business decisions along the way that were just suitable for the direction I wanted the business to go.
Yeah.
You know, and they weren't always popular.
Yeah.
And so that's when you find out, like, who really supports you and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, that, we did get back in action and, like, don't get me wrong, like, we had some fun workouts and stuff like that through the time, but, like, it was so much harder. It was just, like,
and that's a side that they don't see. Like, we're not posting that part on social media. You can't even show it at the gym. You show up with a smile and you got the business mentality and what happens after you leave, like, that's just kind of.
I remember there was a really, like, pivotal moment, because I had the 2 separate spaces. And initially I was running our classes out of both spaces. So that was another financial burden. I had to double our equipment. I had to
double staff.
It was just like, oh my gosh. Like, and so, I mean, fortunately we had the member base to do it for a time. But I eventually ended up closing off the first space to dedicate to personal training. This is where, like, I started doing more strength training with women instead of just, like, the cardio classes. And I remember sitting over there one time and, like, one of my best friends came over and I was, like, just crying and I was like, I hate it here. I hate it here. And I hate that I hate it here.
Yeah, because it's your baby. Like, it's
so
something you built from the ground up.
How do I change this?
Right.
You know? And so, like, so yeah, that was tough. You know, I would say, like, 2021... 2022 were moments for me.
Yeah. So where was the bounce back, the pivot, where you set your boundaries?
Well, I'll tell you. And this makes me emotional too. I was at a hair appointment of all places. And so Jasmine Hodges used to do my hair.
Shout out to Jasmine.
Shout out to, she has done such a great job building her career. I miss her though. But I would sit in her chair and, like, she's a boss babe too. She was her own boss and we would talk a little bit about business and she would always be like, oh, I went to this training and it was for hair, but I think you could benefit from what they said. And so one of the things she said is the presenter was like, you have to always leave space to make magic. Oh, I was like, I'm not doing that. No. I'm letting all of...
I'm learning right now from this conversation.
All of these... I'm being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Too much. You know, I'm only caring about what the members want and trying to go that direction without pouring forward, what do I want this place to be? Because that's really where the magic came from in the first place.
Exactly.
And so when I tell you I left that hair appointment... And I went and bought paint, and I shut that studio off, and I repainted the wall. I got a new logo up, and I made it strictly for personal training. Wow. And I was like, I'm building something different over here.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And so through that was probably like the end of 2021-ish. And then I started to have the idea for the T3 program.
Okay.
Tire Trained Transformation is what it stands for.
Okay.
And so we both got T's.
Yeah, I like it.
So I was like, what I identified that we needed coachable people, first of all. And we needed people with goals, because that's what I thrive with. I want to help you reach your goals. I want you to be successful. And so I made the T3 program, and I was like, we need a start date and an end date, and we need accountability. Yeah. And so that's what I did. I created that program, and the pilot program launched. It was kind of cute because it launched on my mom's birthday, June 6th, 2022.
Awesome.
And the end date was my birthday.
Aw.
Which is 2 days from now.
Hey, happy early birthday.
Thank you. And so I was like, it just kind of was one of those moments where, like, you're meant to be right here.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so So some of my staff ran the classes, and then I ran that studio. And then the T3 program we're on our 17th session, and it's been a wild success. It's like awesome. I just feel like I have really great ideas, and I'm not afraid to try them.
Same.
And I literally came up with the idea, and I was like, set a date, and I was like, we're gonna do it.
Yep.
You know, and so that was when things kind of turned around. But then having to close down the other space is what kind of made people upset and whatnot. And so November 18th, 2022, I shut that other space down and solely operated the one studio.
And that's where you can kind of get into boundaries and you know, sometimes it is, not only is it okay to be what people consider selfish, but it's like, I can give you my best self if I am a little bit selfish. Exactly.
that quote that Jasmine told me was like, you always have to leave space to make magic. It will forever stick with me. Yeah. Because I was like, that's what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. It's not it has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with the community. Yep. It has everything to do with where the root of the program starts. Yep. And it's like, if I have the space to make magic, they will experience the magic too, you know? And so so I put up that boundary, and it was hard. And I have learned, like, I kind of have two sides of me, you know. I can be a very boss babe type, like firm and like I know what I want type of thing, but I can also be very like play small, be a people pleaser, and I hate that. But I do go there. I'm
definitely
sometimes,
a people pleaser.
And like, it's not good. And so I'm like, okay, you need to figure out how to like not feel like you're being mean when you're just putting up a boundary. You know? And so
boundaries. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we got the journey. Yeah. So I've got a couple questions, and then I got 3 games that we play. Okay. So let me make sure we've addressed all the good stuff here. Yes. Let's see. We got your story. Yep. We understand how we got here. Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, today the gym is operating. So we changed when we changed to the T3 program. It was a strict like 10-week sign up. Yeah. Kind of like a Farrell's situation. Instead of a monthly membership. Okay. And so we were monthly membership, and we went to like session based. Yeah. We just recently, within like at the beginning of this year, switched back to monthly membership. Yeah. We still run the 8-week program, but we're on a monthly membership, so it's a little bit more loose. It's not quite as strict as like start and end kind of thing. But it's going so well. It's going beautifully.
When you have like the weekly sessions and whatnot, do you accept drop-ins? Should they come at any time, or
they can now? Yeah. Okay. So you can drop in, you can join anytime. Okay. It did not used to be like that. Yeah. So like I would say November 2022 to I think it was March of this year. Mm-hmm. We did not do that. We did not do drop-ins. Yeah. It was session-based only. But we changed that in March, and so now anybody can come anytime.
Okay. So. And then I think there's also a misconception, or maybe it just was all women at one point. Mm-hmm. Did you recently change that, or was it ever
So it is mostly women. Okay. I do not be mistaken. I do welcome men. That's one of my biggest values with the business, is to be inclusive and personally. And I address that every time a new session starts. Like we are inclusive. If you are here, you are also inclusive. Yeah. So we do welcome men, but I don't know if it's a pink. Or maybe you tell me.
I mean, most of the videos I see are other women. Okay. It's either you or other women that I think post also
like there. I am a woman that has walked this journey too, so they relate a lot to me, and I relate to them, and like it's just not like that with men. Yeah. And so. And you know, I teach more than just how to push a barbell. You know, I teach mindset, and I talk about more in-depth topics that maybe like sometimes men are just looking for a place to work out. You know, but the women that I work with and the men, they are invested in their process. Yeah. So like it's very comprehensive, and so I don't know. But it is mostly women, but we welcome anybody.
Okay, and that's from day one.
Day one. Okay. I've never ever said it's women only. In fact, I was like, isn't that illegal?
I think it is.
You know. So, but it just has naturally worked out that way.
That's
it
awesome.
draws women, and the colors. I mean, literally, I was like, maybe it was the colors. I don't know.
I don't know.
We
Okay.
do have men occasionally, though.
Okay. So you had your highest was 394 members. Where are you at now? What do you like to stay at for members?
I currently have a member goal of 150.
Okay.
And last time I checked, I think we were at like 106.
Nice.
So we're on our way.
I like that. And we talked outside of this about it, but like it really is, and it's not that you had any bad people, but it definitely is. At some point in business, you have to focus more on quality than just a number.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger number, that's great. Like right now with the music awards, we've doubled every year. The first year was 300, second year 600, last year was 1,200. I do not want 2,400 people under one roof at all.
I will tell you, there was a moment. So I like to visit other gyms, like in other states.
Yeah.
Like people I follow on social media, I will go there.
Yeah.
I will go to their gym and meet them and take their classes and whatnot.
Awesome.
And so I did that in Houston, Texas. Shout out to Antonique.
Hey.
She has a beautiful social media presence, very popular, very quality. Like we're kind of similar in I think our mindsets toward our work. She's actually the one I sent my realtor the screenshot of her gym.
Yeah.
And so she's been a huge inspiration to me. When I visited, I was like, at how small of an operation she actually runs.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was the first time I looked at the growth that we had as negative. You know, I was like, maybe bigger isn't better, you know, because you do kind of lose quality.
Yeah.
You lose focus.
You can't interact with as many people as much. Like you can't give them as much of you or your time. And then also, like we've talked about, it's like it's important to keep some time to yourself.
Yeah.
So
I left there, I was like jealous.
I was like you're getting it done with just this.
I did not expect this. So I was like, we have a beautiful 2-studio operation. It's busy all the time. Like it's wonderful. I was like, internally was not fulfilled.
Right.
You know, and I was like, I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think more is better. All the time, you know.
Okay.
So I love where we're at now, and we have very high quality people in our gym, and everybody's working toward goals, and you know they understand my goals for the program, and it's just beautiful. It's aligned. It's so nice.
That's how it's supposed to
not
feel.
Bigger.
Yes,
it's not bigger.
This is how it should be.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pull up some of the questions. So I made a post today. I got some questions in the inbox. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your approach to building a safe and welcoming environment for both women and men in your classes?
Ooh, that is a good question because I think that's my secret sauce.
She's like, not on this podcast.
That's what I...
Stay tuned for when she starts her own
That is what
podcast.
I'm good at.
Really?
Is making people feel welcome.
Okay.
Like, just yesterday, I mean, we're 7 years in.
Mm-hmm.
Just yesterday, I had a new girl come in, and she was scared.
Yeah.
You know, she was a little bit scared to start, and when she came, we'd interacted over Messenger. When she came in, I was like, "Are you looking forward to it?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you're looking forward to it. She's like, "Yeah, I'm just really nervous." And I was like, "Okay, no problem. When I know you're nervous, I am going to pour into you. I am going to make sure. I'm going to make it clear that I expect you to meet me halfway.
Yep.
So I'm not going to like come hold your hand.
Yeah.
With all due respect. But I am going to walk alongside you. I'm going to show you exactly how to do things." Especially like we had 9 people in our midday class yesterday. I was like, I have plenty of time to help you.
Yeah.
I also have an amazing assistant. Shout out to Julianne Wilson.
Hey, shout out
she has been, I mean, we could do a whole podcast on that. She's highly supportive, and she is somebody I count on to help orient the new people, and we have a very specific approach on how we do that.
Nice.
I know what it feels like to be thrown into a gym and just be expected to know what to do. I know that's not the case. I know they're coming in and they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what they're doing, and how rude would it be for us to just leave them on their own, you know? And so we make sure they're totally familiar. That's our first week 1 training objective, is getting familiar. So we just make sure you know where things are, what things are called. Like, I never assume that you like know how much a barbell weighs. What is a barbell collar? Like, They don't know that
Yeah,
stuff.
and then when you're taught improperly, or like people, oh, you don't know that,
Exactly.
like
We do not
it's
do
so
that.
discouraging.
We do not do that.
That's
and
good.
so it's like, there was a point in time I drew out my target client, and we call her Tired Tina. So Tired Tina is in her mid-30s, and she's got a couple kids and a husband and a job, and she's busy.
Yeah.
And she's never worked out before, but she's got this extra weight, and she wants to lose it.
Yeah.
And so we teach Tired Tina
how
to do this, okay? We treat everybody like she's Tired Tina.
I love that. Yeah. All right. Have you, and you've kind of answered, have you ever had to deal with misogyny or outdated attitudes in the fitness place, and how did you handle it? And it's funny because I heard you on the other podcast go into a story that kind of addresses this, and when I heard you on others, I have to get her on my podcast someday.
That is an interesting question.
Shout out to Sarah and Kate.
Yeah, you got a lot of shout outs on this.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
I know it is. You know, you say misogyny, and like, I'm first gonna say, like, as a woman entrepreneur, I try not to go there.
Okay.
You know, I try not to assume like somebody's treating me a certain way because I'm a woman. In fact, I've had a lot of really great experiences with men as a female entrepreneur that I didn't have when I wasn't an entrepreneur. I actually have had a lot of very respectful interactions with men.
That's good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I've had some not respectful interactions too. I mean, like the business that gave us grief over parking, for instance. Yeah. Had we been a group of men, would they have treated us like that? You know? Even on the phone with the owner, would he have spoken to me the way he did if I wasn't a woman?
Right.
You know, I don't know. Nobody will ever know, but it does cross my mind.
Absolutely.
But we did have that situation in the gym. I mean, and we have a rainbow flag on our window. So like, you're welcome here. Everybody is welcome here.
Yep.
Gay, straight, black, brown, whatever. And I stand on that. I stand on that because, like, if you don't feel welcome somewhere, your mind is elsewhere. Yeah. And your mind needs to be on your training. Your mind needs to be where you're at. Yeah. And so, like, we did have a member come in, and she, I think it was the first day of class. We paired people up at racks to, like, be partners, and she was paired up with the one guy in class. And she quit. Because of it.
Oh, man.
She left. She walked out. She emailed me, and she literally walked out that day because of that, and then emailed me about it. And I was like, listen, we practice inclusivity. It's not only women. I mean, it does look like it's only women, but I've never ever said that it's only women. Yeah. She did screenshot something from my website that says, like, I create all inclusive space for women, but it doesn't say women only. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
it's just saying that this is also a safe space for women, but it doesn't say, like, only women are invited. Yeah. So, yeah, that one of the questions was, like, have you dealt with, or is toxic femininity a thing? Because we know what toxic masculinity is.
Yeah, there's definitely both sides. We don't really go there in my space.
That's good.
We don't really talk about men at all.
That's good.
So I actually did recently have a shit encounter with my neighbor, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Okay. I got a new neighbor. That's all we need to know. We got a new neighbor, and I had a poor experience with him. But
we're hoping for better days.
I just want to get along with everybody. Yeah. I want to get along with you, promote your business potentially, and you know. Yeah. So
there's always a way to collaborate and work together.
Yeah.
What role does music play in your workouts?
Oh my gosh. It's one of the most important parts of the workouts. That's awesome. I've learned that not everybody loves music like I do, and I can't believe it. Right. I'm a DJ, okay? Okay. I'm a DJ when I'm in my gym. I respect that. I have endless playlists for the gym that I create, and it's a big part of the vibe, in my opinion. I have changed my music choices at the gym over time. I made a very conscious decision about this. Yeah. everything I've done, I've made a conscious decision about. In 2019, I visited a gym in Florida, one of my favorite influencers. Once again, very small operation, very large presence on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And she had no apologies for playing music that had explicit lyrics.
Yeah.
And she's a phenomenal trainer.
Yeah.
And so what I took away from that, I was like, your choice in music, your taste in music, what you decide to play has nothing to do with your ability to serve your clients.
Yeah.
I also think, like, if I can vibe to music I like, I'm going to show up better.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? And so, like, I just don't get offended by music. I think it's a form of self-expression. I did have a moment that somebody did not like a Beyonce song, and that is, you've crossed the line. You just done crossed the line.
Beyonce's gonna come up later, but what's your favorite genre of music?
I would say hip hop and R&B for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What artists are in your playlist?
I mean, this is changed over time. I used to play anything.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Everything.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Nothing was edited. I do not play as much of that anymore.
Okay.
Like Cardi B and her nastiest
Yeah.
nasty.
Was WAP ever played?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
actually.
man.
Well,
Well.
not like, I don't think we actually like played it as
Okay.
by choice. Like it may have came on. That maybe crossed a little bit of a line.
Well, I'm thinking as a guy, maybe this is me being bad or whatnot. I don't want to work out to hear WAP.
You know what's
That
funny?
ain't it for me.
So Jim, my next door neighbor. So Jim's about 15 years older than me, and it's been so fun to get to know him because he has a totally different perspective on business. He's a man. He's older than me, and like he heard that song. When he would come over for personal training, he's like, "Play WAP."
Man, no.
And I connected Jim as we have a friendship too.
Yeah.
So he has a boat up in Guttenberg, and I went out with him and his wife, and he wanted to play WAP on the boat.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I know, he's always down for a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. More personal question. You've been open about being sober. When did you know that it was time to stop drinking?
Man, I've thought about this for a long time, actually. I don't say any of this to like brag about it. It's not something to brag about, but I had my first drink ever when I was 12 years old.
Oh man.
And I don't know that I really didn't drink after that.
Right.
So from 12 to 38, that was just like what I knew for social settings and all that stuff. But like, you know, as I got more into fitness, and especially when I went through like the tough times in the business in like 2021, and then 2022, I was like, I can't, if I want this to go where I want it to go, I can't drink.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, how do I quit? I don't know how to quit. I don't really feel like dependent on it, like physically.
Mm-hmm.
I've never ever. I'm grateful for that. Like, I don't feel like I'm an addicted person to very many things.
Yeah.
But I was like, all my friends drink,
Mm-hmm.
like everything.
How to meet new people.
Yeah.
How to socialize.
And so it was like, okay. So I actually did I did quit. I think it was in 2016, maybe. Or maybe, anyways, I purposely quit for like, I wanted it to be the whole year, but it ended up only being 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a little taste of what it was like, and I wanted that. I'm just like, I don't know what life looks like without it, you know? And so finally I pulled the trigger in 2022.
Nice.
And I had a partner at the time that was sober, and that was super helpful.
Yep.
You know, so when you have a huge support person in your life that if you're not around it, you don't care about
desire it.
You know, that was my thing. So.
Yep. So what do you do for fun now, or how do you go out to socialize without alcohol being involved?
Can I
Yes.
respond to this text? I'm
Yep.
sorry. I'm getting a little tight on time, actually.
Yep. We'll wrap up here.
Anyways, what was the question? I'm sorry.
What do you do for social? Like, what do you do for fun now?
Not much.
What are your hobbies outside of working out and nutrition?
So it's actually like an area of exploration for me. I've been in therapy actually since February. I think it was like, I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 years, but I've been in therapy for some time.
Yeah.
And this is a topic that comes up in therapy. I actually got like offended by my therapist last time. Because she's like, do you want friends? Right now.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, I just am a little lost in like how to connect with people outside of that environment.
Yeah.
And that's a vulnerable thing to share, but it's just true.
Yeah.
You know? So I do like solitude, so I'm happy to be alone.
Yeah.
But that's not how you live a life, I don't think. You know? And so, like, I am looking to explore more social situations. And actually, this Friday, we have a Tire Train social event / celebrating my birthday.
Nice.
And so it's really going to be the first time that, like, we're going out for drinks.
Okay.
Without
drinks. Without you drinking.
For me, you know? So, like, so yeah, it's a growing area for me because it's been a little bit lonely.
Yeah,
honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you find the answer, definitely share it
I
with
will.
all of us.
I think I've led the charge in a lot of other things, and it's like maybe you need to lead the charge. And like other people, many of the women at my gym don't drink anymore.
Nice.
And so like. I'm sure we're all feeling the same way.
Yeah,
you know?
Like, you get up there and the hangovers are worse and hit harder.
And like
and business isn't.
Well, and like if you're not drinking, I'm sure some of these women are like, how do I stay social?
Yeah.
You know, and so.
I'm working on something called sober-ish because like I'll still have a drink on special occasions, but like, you know, for a while it was bad. It was a drink every day, or when I'm DJing, like people like to tip with drinks, or I'm just always in like a bar setting, so it makes it a lot harder to stay sober.
I know.
But I think like if I could wear a shirt that just says like sober-ish, or like you know something.
We don't talk about this either, so like I didn't even know that about you. So it's like now we're friends. You know I don't drink. I know you're trying to stay sober-ish. So it's like this is I think what we need to do is connect with each other and support it.
I love that.
You know,
yes,
like because. It's just kind of like I don't drink.
Yeah. It's
like,
almost
no,
taboo a little bit.
And I'm still here.
Let me be proud of it.
know?
I can still have fun.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So we're going to wrap up with a couple quick games. So I had you prepare a top 5 list. So every episode I do a top 5 and then I also do this or that. But for top 5, we are doing top 5 favorite cheat meals.
Okay.
Do you have your order? Like, you got to start with number 5. I'll give you mine, and then we go back and forth all the way to 1.
Sounds good. I was like, it needs to be food related or music related. So
yeah,
the cheat meal thing is perfect.
Well, and I just watched your story where you were breaking down. It was a breakfast burrito, right? You were saying how many calories the regular one is, and then how to get that under like 470 calories. So that's awesome. All right, so my number 5. It's embarrassing, but I like the White Castle burgers, and they don't have to be from the restaurant. I buy the microwave. I'm the only person I think that buys the microwavable White Castle burgers, and I know they're bad for you, and I enjoy them, especially the jalapeno one.
I don't know if I think I've had White Castle once.
Oh
but
man,
yeah,
they're good. They're so good.
Yeah. All right, so that's your top. That's your 5th.
Yes.
This is really hard for me to do top 5s.
Really?
Yes. So I don't. I didn't put them in an order, but I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Okay. I would say my 5th one on here would be chips and dip.
Okay. Yep, I'm really bad with that.
Just like Ruffles and like crunchy onion dip. Like it's like a nostalgia thing from childhood.
Yeah.
It's bomb.
Yeah.
So.
I've been eating chips, like literally probably a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos every day since I was 5 years old. And it used to be like 2 or 3 bags. Like in the last month, I made it a point to not buy a bag, but it used to be like 2-3 bags a day. Fingers stay red. Like it was just, at that part was the most frustrating. I enjoyed the chips, but then it's just empty calories. It's just bad. So I've stopped chips.
That stuff in my house. So.
yeah, that's the same. Just don't buy it, don't have it, and then you're fine.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so my number 4 is, and I think it's a cheat meal. I'm pretty sure it's not healthy. I hope it's healthy. I'm sure it's not. Catfish. Fried catfish. Okay. I love it. Chicago Grill makes it best in town. Really? It's so good. I know all fried food is bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would consider all fried food. I actually was going to put Vivian's Soul Food on here.
Oh, Vivian's would be so great.
But they're not in business anymore, so I did not put it on here.
Honorable mention, though.
Yes, but
so
like shrimp and grits from Vivian's.
You're making me sad.
I know. All right, number 4 for me. Oh, gosh. Okay. This isn't like a full meal, but cookie butter.
Oh man, that sounds very not healthy.
Butter?
No.
Oh my god.
It's just eating.
I don't even think you need anything else. You just need a spoon.
Just like this unprocessed cookie, like you didn't bake it, nothing. No. You just right out the tub.
Have you ever had it?
No.
This is your PSA to you and everybody else. Go buy some cookie butter.
Cookie butter. Okay. My number 3, and I just recommended this to you because they have it in Des Moines. Deep dish pizza, especially from Giordano's.
Okay. So you said that it was only in...
I only knew it from Chicago, and then they got a location in Des Moines. So now if I'm in Des Moines, I definitely go every time. And then I bring like a big pizza back for the family. But they have the best deep dish pizza in the world. Okay. So whether you're in Des Moines or Chicago, Giordano's
we gotta have
answer.
Pizza on this list somewhere,
right?
Okay, so, oh my gosh. Ham and pineapple pizza from Casey's.
Casey's?
Yeah.
I didn't eat, because they'll never have it out. You got a custom order.
Scratch that.
Okay.
That's going to be number 2.
Okay.
Number 3 is McDonald's.
What?
Yeah.
Someone still likes McDonald's outside of my daughter?
I love McDonald's.
She could eat that 8 days a week, like for real. Like,
no.
I cannot do McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we got your number 3 and number 2.
I know your number 2.
All right, so my number 2, I'll give you my number 2 and my number 1. So my number 2 is an Italian beef.
Okay.
Have you had one?
Yeah, just from
Gianni's that was out here. So I don't think they're around anymore, and that breaks my heart. So good.
Yeah.
The
During
best
COVID,
place.
I had it because they had these packages.
Yes. Yeah. The best place is Portillo's. So again, a Chicago place, but they have one in Davenport. So if you're ever Davenport or Chicago, like when I go to Chicago, I'm hitting those 3 places: White Castle, Giordano's, and Portillo's. Okay. So yes, Italian beef is my number 2. Number 1, very simple. When we went to our meeting the other day, they already knew what I wanted. Yes. Hot wings, specifically at third base. Yes, amazing. The triple threat with the green onions. No one makes it better. I'm so glad that I suggested that place. Yes, literally has been my favorite place for years, so that was awesome.
I'm gonna put this number 1. That one cupcake place.
What's it called?
That's what it's called.
That one cupcake
place? Yes.
They did it just so you could say that just like that on this podcast.
So they started in Nubo. Okay. They had a location in Hiawatha. And now I think they have a location on Blair's Ferry Road.
Okay.
And so I haven't been there for a long time. But if I'm going to indulge...
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's like the best.
It's happening.
Cupcakes.
That one, shout out to that one cupcake place. I will go document it.
Yeah, you should.
That sounds awesome.
Monster cookie or cookie dough.
Okay.
Cupcake.
All right.
So fire.
Never heard of it. Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah. I love hearing about like businesses out here too on top of that. Yeah. So anytime we can support local and like hidden gems, like that's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. So we got one more quick game here, and then I'll send you on your way.
Okay.
So this one gets a little crazy. It's called This or That.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, so
you have to respond like rapid fire.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've changed it up because every time I've done it, people try to elaborate. So I used to give 3 elaborations just to it, and then they they take the whole episode doing it. So we're not going to do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you the questions.
We could start
and it's
a
just
podcast
this or
called
that. Yes, I'm down for that.
Talking about it.
All right. So I'll give you basically two options. You just say one or the other, and we go to the next question.
Okay.
Humble or prideful?
Say it again.
Be humble or prideful?
Oh my gosh, humble.
Okay. Repeat customers or new customers?
Oh my gosh. Repeat customers.
Who you know or what you know?
I already wanted to elaborate. Say that again.
Who you know or what you know?
Ooh, I hate it, but it is who you know a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Friends or business partners? Which would you rather have more of?
Oh my gosh. When you say business partner, what do you mean? Like, I don't have a business partner. I don't really want a business partner, but I know a lot of people like in the business world. So I'm going to say business partner.
Okay. What's more important, education or experience?
Experience. Hands down.
Okay.
Didn't we just talk? We talked
did.
about this.
We definitely did. Punctuality or perfection?
Oh my gosh. Perfection.
Yeah? You'll be late, but it's perfect?
Yes.
Agreed.
I was late today.
All right. We got a section for music and pop culture here.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake or Bruno Mars?
Oh, this is fun. Oh my gosh. Bruno Mars.
Nelly or Ludacris?
Nelly.
Usher or Chris Brown?
Usher.
Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Beyonce.
Sonic or Mario?
Oh, Mario.
Oh, okay. Robert
love
Downey
to play
Jr.
music
or
with
Johnny
Nintendo.
Depp?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Robert Downey Jr. Just because I saw the Depp versus Heard.
Oh. So person-wise, Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't know.
Because he's got a messed up past too. Yeah.
Okay.
Like really bad.
Neither one. I don't know.
We'll have to
Robert
bring you
Downey
back
Jr. because I don't know.
Okay. What you don't know, Orange. All right. Lifestyle and relationship. This is going to get a little crazy.
Okay.
I hope you're ready.
I hope so too.
Would you rather be in a tough relationship or have it easy being single?
Have it easy being single.
Should the man pay or your partner pay, or should it always be 50-50?
Oh man. So that's a unique situation for me because I've been with a woman and I thought differently when I was with a woman. When I'm with a man, I kind of
Oh, there it is. That's the real. That's gonna go viral. The man should pay, but if you're with another woman,
right now I'm raising a 15-year-old and she is dabbling in dating.
Oh Lord!
And this boy has. I'm not going to say who it is, but shout out to this boy. He is paid every time for her.
Nice.
And I think it sets at least in the early stages, like, there's just like a romantic thing about it. I don't know.
But why is it not romantic if you're dating a girl?
No, but she paid for a lot of stuff just naturally.
Yeah.
So I think I didn't really have to think about it with her.
Dang. That's good.
I know.
That deserves its own podcast for sure.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't like. See, we can't elaborate.
We got a couple more to go.
I'll be back.
Yes, absolutely. Do you prefer to overplan or go with the flow?
Go with the flow.
Would you rather cheat or get cheated on?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Pick one.
Neither one.
No one
but
wants
cheat.
to. Thank you for being honest.
Yeah.
Everyone,
I'll
you
turn
get
crazy
cheated on.
if you cheat on me. I don't like to be like that.
Right. All right, it gets a little easier from here.
Okay.
Call or text?
Text.
Beach or mountains?
Beach. You know what? I'm kind of changing my mind on that, but I've been beach up until this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, the last two questions are pivotal.
Okay.
The second one it used to determine my friendships, but I've been a lot more lenient. It is a big question for me, but I'm more passive on it now, so I will forgive if you give the wrong answer. Pancheros or Chipotle?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She was nervous.
Okay.
I still stand on what I just said.
This has changed for me over time.
Oh, I'm scared.
I would say, so back when I was doing my transformation in 2015, I ate Chipotle a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never had Pancheros.
There we go. And then?
And now I've had Pancheros.
And the correct answer is?
Pancheros.
Yes!
Right?
All right, besties. Right here.
Yes.
It happened. All right.
It's also close to my house, okay?
There we go. Convenience. There we go. All right, last question is actually probably my favorite question.
Okay.
Very blunt. Would you rather deal with a smart ass or deal with a dumbass?
Oh my God. A smart ass.
I will let you elaborate on that since it's the 21st and last question.
A smart ass over a dumbass. I don't have a lot of patience. And so I want you to know your shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So you're going to be a smart ass man?
You know what? It also depends. Like, I am almost like a different person in business than I am personally.
Okay.
And so, like, I'm always thinking business.
Okay.
You know? So I'm like, I don't want to deal with any dumbasses. So I would much rather us have a nice, like, friendly, playful rapport
Banter.
with some smart ass stuff.
Yeah.
And dumbass, you know? So.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, so I normally have like 50 questions. I narrowed them down to 21.
Yeah, I can do this all day.
I think so. I think we need to have you back on for sure at some point. But yeah, that was awesome. So the last thing as we wrap up.
I'm a little better on time now, by the way.
Okay. Like if you got more questions. All right. So there was another game then.
Okay.
And I think it's just like 5 questions or so,
Okay.
but it's and why. So basically, I was taking away the elaborations for that because the and why game allows you to elaborate on why something.
Okay.
So we'll give you about 5 of those questions.
Okay.
So we'll start easy and we'll make it a little more difficult.
Okay.
What's your favorite workout move and why?
Oh my gosh. I was going to do that as my top 5, but I was like, that's too easy. My favorite workout move?
Mm-hmm.
It changes periodically. I would say, oh my gosh. Right now, people would tell you my favorite workout move is wall balls.
What?
I'm getting ready to compete in a race in November called a High Rocks.
That's awesome.
And you have to do 100 wall balls at the end of the race.
What is a wall ball?
You hold a med ball,
Uh-huh.
and you stand about arm's length away from a wall, you squat, and hit a target.
Okay, cool. I've done that.
So, contrary to what my members may say,
Uh-huh.
because I know they're going to listen to this, it's not wall balls.
Okay.
I would say deadlifts.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
deadlifts because, and just like a little nerdy explanation, it's probably the most comprehensively beneficial move
Uh-huh.
for your body. So I always tell people, I'm like, if you do anything from this gym,
Mm-hmm.
my top 3 moves would be deadlift. Top 2, deadlift and squat. So if you do those 2 things, you should be in pretty good shape.
Okay.
So you get core, you get legs, butt, back,
Everything. All the essentials.
Yes. And you can be functionally strong. So that's one thing we really focus on is like longevity.
Yeah.
Like as you get old, you want to be, you're gonna lose muscle and be weaker and not be able to do things, especially as women. But if you lift weights, you tend to have stronger bones and greater mobility for a longer period of time.
Okay.
So that's why the deadlift. I like the deadlift.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Cedar Rapids restaurant and why?
Ooh. Man, this
Gotta
type
pick
of thing
one.
is tough.
Yeah.
I can't pick a favorite song. I love food, so favorite restaurant is hard. Probably Black Sheep.
Black Sheep is
Yeah.
good. And I like the aesthetic inside of there,
I like
too.
the aesthetic. I like to get dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one sad part about like not being as social is like I don't get the chance to do that as often. But when I go there, I feel like I can like get a little cute, you know?
This is why I invited you to the Iowa Music Awards.
Yeah,
Get to dress up.
I'm so excited for that part. And me and AVP?
Yes, it's going to be so awesome. I'm
so
super excited.
excited.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite city you've traveled to and why?
Ooh, I've not been out of the country, which I hate that, but I have been to a lot of places in the U.S. Man, I think I'm gonna say New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Every time I go,
busiest city in the world.
Every time I go, I always want to like stay longer, and I want to go back right away.
Yeah.
Chicago's another one too, but I've been to Chicago a lot, and I feel like I have a different experience every time I go, and that's one of the reasons why I like probably both of the places, because like it is so busy and it's so vast that like you can get a totally different experience depending on where you stay and like what you decide to do while you're there. So I love a city.
Yeah.
I love a city. I think I'm in the wrong. Yeah. In the wrong
so it's very different in Iowa.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I have reasons why I love it here, but yeah, I love a city.
Okay. Last show that you've binge watched.
I watch a ton of WNBA basketball. So
really,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Almost every game.
What?
Yeah, I got really
like
into
for how long?
Just in the last year.
Yeah. Shout out to CC.
But also like it opened me up to a whole world of amazing women. Yeah. Like it, and so I have a lot of favorite players that aren't her. Actually.
Nice.
And so we went to a Fever game not too long ago in June, I think in June, and we got notification on the way there that she was going to be out with an injury.
Oh my god!
I was equally excited to see like Kelsey Plum and people on the other team too, and like Kelsey Mitchell, and like I love all of them, but that doesn't count because it's not a show.
No, it's super cool though. Like I went to a game a couple years ago. They had used one of our songs for their championship. Great. Chicago Sky did. Cool. So I went to a game right after that. Awesome. So love that you have that connection too.
I would, if I could, I would go travel. I love to travel. Yeah. And I would travel to go to games.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so neat. But what show did I binge watch recently? Oh my gosh. I'm horrible about watching shows because I fall asleep.
Yep. I watch them to fall asleep now.
Or I'm on my phone and watching, and you aren't watching a show.
No, not at all.
There is a new one. I think it's called The Hunting Wives on Netflix.
Okay.
I've started to watch it, but I haven't finished the whole thing.
Okay.
It's pretty racy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Hunting Wives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one. There's also another, I just can't remember the name. There's another one on Netflix too.
Yeah. You just try to find like the hidden gems, or is there a certain, like do you watch like the Squid Games or any of the,
No, I'll usually, I don't know. I don't really have a rhyme or reason to
just
what I watch. Yeah.
Okay.
My daughter and I will say, we've been watching like competition shows.
Oh yeah.
So there's one that I really did like that we binge watched. It was something about like the $1 Million Challenge or $1 Million something, and like they're in this beautiful mansion that's like on a body of water. And, everybody has a suitcase, and somebody has $1 million in theirs. It's kind of like the mole.
Yeah.
And you have to play it off like you don't have it.
Oh man,
so that was really good. I've not really been like a competition show person.
Yeah.
But it's a space where I can connect with my daughter, and so that was a recent one that we watched too. So yeah.
Favorite movie?
Oh my
and
gosh,
why?
Dude! What the heck? Oh my gosh, that is too hard for me to answer. I will say, like, general, like, one that just comes to mind, I don't know that I can say it's my favorite, but like Coach Carter.
Really?
Like movies like that, I love, like a good story,
awesome.
You know.
The inspirational, the comeback stories. Okay, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Who is the most inspirational woman you've met, and why?
Oh my gosh. Oh, the most inspirational woman I've met. I have to have met her.
Yeah. Let's make that a rule.
So many women. Oh my gosh. Can I come back in a week?
Yeah. No, you really could. You're gonna be a regular. Like,
I think we should.
For real. Absolutely.
And we should make a podcast.
Yes, I'm with it. I'm with it.
I don't know. I will just name off a few that I've probably already mentioned in the podcast, like AVP. So Elizabeth
shout out to AVP.
Is very inspirational to me, and I'm looking forward to like growing a closer relationship with
Yeah.
her. She's been at the gym
Yeah.
in the midst of her pregnancy and stuff. And
That's
so
awesome.
it's been cool to see her.
You did an epic photo shoot with her.
Yeah, we did a photo shoot.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So, like, I love her because even though I may not be as like extroverted as her,
Mhm.
I love her creative energy, and like I think I understand where she comes from and like her thought process and putting herself out there and not being afraid to take risks, and because a lot of the stuff that we do as women get kind of like side-eyed, you know, because it's non-traditional work a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. And like I just love to share space with another woman like that. Yeah. You know, I think it's really cool.
Me and you had reconnected at the Christmas show.
Yes. And she had asked
Christmas in the
asked
Key
me
of
to
A.
just like be available to help backstage. And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And
did you know what you were gonna do going into it?
No. I'm just here to help with whatever you need.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah, but it was cool to see her like in her element.
Yeah.
I love to see somebody doing what they love.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so cool. In a world that's like full of judgment and like especially Iowa.
Yeah.
Where like if you're different, you get looked at weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I just love to be a person that appreciates the differences.
Yeah.
You know,
same.
and like watch you thrive with something weird.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
like
absolutely.
I think that's cool.
Absolutely.
When people can be their best, most authentic self, those are the types of people and women in particular that I connect best with.
I love that.
But I will say, I'm going to shout her out again, is Jasmine Hodges. Because, like, I'm not kidding you, that hair appointment that I had with her was pivotal for me. And she probably has no idea.
Yeah. So was she the one that said the quote, the always leave room?
She heard it at a training that she went to. But she passed it along to me, and I'll never forget it.
And I feel like you just passed it to me because I don't leave room. Like I'm booked down to the minute. Once I'm out of here, I'm going to Keokuk for another interview and then another meeting after that. Like it's nonstop.
To like create, and
exactly.
I think that's another
Let the
thing
magic happen.
Yeah, that's another thing I've been focusing on lately. Is like we consume so much. You know, we're consumers.
Yeah.
And we need to make space to create. It's like whether you consider yourself a creator or not, or you're even in a creative field. If you're not, like, we become uptight. We become not great versions of ourselves if we're not able to make the space or create or leave space to make that magic and create. Yeah. You know, that's,
sometimes the magic is you.
Seriously. And
you gotta
it's
leave
like,
room for yourself.
If you're just work and like the bottom line and all this all the time, it's like it's not fun.
Exactly.
It is not fun to do that. Yeah. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, that's my last question.
Okay.
I guess at this point, can we get like a elevator pitch of what is Tire Train? Yeah. Like, tell us why people should get involved.
If I had my $1 million moment,
this is it right here.
Business, what would I say? I think, and it's more so like, what do I do? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the gym is great, but it's like Tire Train is a space that women can take up space authentically and learn how to lift weights, you know, learn how to be strong, learn how to step into their power, and be heard. I think, you know, I think a lot of gym spaces are not welcoming, and that's my number one priority, is to make people feel welcome. And all I want from them is for them to be themselves. So I make space for women to be themselves and get strong at the same time.
I love it. I love that. That's awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Ladies
so much
and gentlemen, yes. Amanda Rae Campbell. Like the soup.
Yes. Trust me, I had plenty of that growing up.
Oh, Lord. Well, thank you. Where can they find you, follow you, all that good stuff?
Well, I'll take this opportunity to say that we do have an app. So it's like, even if you're listening and you're not local or close, we do have an app. The exact same program that we run in the gym is on the app, with a lot of nutrition resources, and I'm always looking for ways to grow and expand that. So you can find us there. The link is on my socials. So Tire Train, at Tire Train on Instagram, at Tire Train On Facebook, I do have a personal page and a tire train page. So Amanda Rae Campbell or Amanda Rae Fit is my Instagram and TikTok. I was really flowing with TikTok for a while, and then I just stopped posting. I've got like 50,000 followers.
I get consistent, and then I just forget about it.
I know, and it was fun too. I really enjoyed it, but like content creation is real. It's a real full-time job.
I guess that is one of my. All right, so I'm sorry. The last two questions I have to ask. What both were like your biggest marketing successes? Mm-hmm. Like, was there a viral moment, and then what has been your biggest marketing hurdle?
Oh man. You know, there's I consider myself to be pretty self-aware, but I don't think I've had great self-awareness on like how successful the Tire Train brand has been. I will say, I don't know that it was one moment, but like in 2020 to 2021, like everybody was doing TikTok post-COVID, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when I really started posting on TikTok, and we take a ton of content in our gym. So the girls screen record it and post their own content. Mm-hmm. So like that's not even an intentional marketing scheme, but it just happens. And I love when things can happen naturally like that. Exactly. But I remember looking at the Tire Train hashtag on TikTok, and it had over 1 million tags.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay. I was like, really? So that was pretty cool. Biggest marketing hurdle is probably just finding time to be consistent with social media creation. Yeah. I do feel like I'm really good at it, and I'm strong with it. It's just like, it truly is a job. Yeah, and like, it is. It really is. So it's like when your full-time job is to be a business owner and a trainer, content creator takes the back burner a lot of the time, you know, and so absolutely. It's like I would love a larger following and stuff like that, and be able. One of my biggest goals after COVID was like to reach outside of our four walls, you know, as much as possible, and I'm still trying to figure that out. I think, you know, so trying to find those viral moments and what's valuable information to share, right? You know, that's my biggest thing. I listened to a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk back in the day, like before I went out on my own, and he just kept hammering on providing value. Yeah. Provide value, provide value, provide value. And so that's what I think that's what I need to lean into more. Yeah. That will help me get over the marketing hurdle with that. So as long as you look at whatever you're posting as like providing value to your clientele or your ideal customer, instead of like your social media serving you. Yeah. You know? Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm looking to get these followers, so I'm going to post this. It's like you have to flip it on its head and look at what you can provide your community. Yeah. And so I'm still trying to like get there. Yeah. You know? No, I love that. I think that's a great note to lead on. Like, let your social media serve you. Stop serving your social media. Yeah. It's like, and it's so hard to be authentic too. It's like, I really champion for authenticity, but it's hard. Yeah. It's like, how authentic should I be? Right. Like, what is shareable and what should stay private? Right. You know, like, I've shared a lot less of like pictures of my daughter and stuff like that as she's entered like her teenage years, because I think that's for her to decide. Yeah. And so it's like, how do you stay authentic and like not overshare? Yeah. You know, I don't want to overshare. I've learned the value of privacy over the past 2 years too, because I did used to overshare a bit on social media. We both at our meeting we talked about our camera roll, and I thought I had too many videos, and then you had like 5 times more. 54,000 videos. But like I'm at a point in my life that I'm just recording it, and not even like it wasn't even about posting it. Yeah. It wasn't even about sharing it with anybody else. I'm a little bit more cognizant of that too, and like, let's be real, I have enough content I could go back and create all kinds of things. Oh yeah. I always am feeling like it's gotta be fresh. It's gotta be from today. Yeah, you know, and so it's like, I don't want to pull a video from a month ago, but really you could. Yeah, absolutely. You really could. So that's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, let's help her with this following. Make sure you follow Amanda Rae. Do you just go by Amanda or Amanda Rae? Like, I feel like, okay. I think it's powerful to use my whole name. Yeah. Yeah. So. That's awesome. I just realized we have the same initials. I'm Antonio Ricardo Chalmers. You are? Yeah. Okay. Well, like, what do you like to go by? Just Tone. Yeah, yeah. If I'm Antonio, I'm in trouble. Okay. sounds good.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Awesome.
Awesome,
All right,
awesome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank you.
this time.
I would love to have you back
I
sometime.
would love to be back.
All right, let's make
go.
it happen.
All right.